Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I promised you that I was never going to shut up as it relates to the Durrani litigation. And I always come up with new angles to express this to you so you understand it a little bit. And one of the things that has been very, very almost diabolical that's been faced by Deters Law and me personally from day one is it's a conspiracy. It really does feel like a conspiracy of the Ohio justice system, the judges, the defendants, the defense law firms against these victims and Deters Law. And I want all of you to know from day one, all of the pressure that's come from the judges relating to resolution. There's been 4 confidential resolutions with 4 hospitals. And all of those and anything that's gone on relative to those that haven't gotten resolved, you wouldn't believe this. All of the pressure from the judges comes against Deters Law, me, and the victims. There's never any pressure or threats put on the other side. We've actually endured threats from judges. I mean, you believe that? There's never any threats to Medical Protective, the insurance company of Durrani. There's never any pressure borne on them. And what has shocked, and I know this is fact, what the judges and Maureen O'Connor and the Ohio justice system and the federal system just assumed that Deters Law would sell out these victims, would sell them out. They assume that the longer it goes, the amount of money it costs, it's been sick. It makes me so angry you wouldn't believe it. And I know they're scratching their heads saying to themselves, holy cow, he hasn't given up. And let me tell you right now, do you know how many times I've had these lawyers who are supposed to be honorable plaintiffs' attorneys, big shots, say, years ago, well, why don't you just settle for what you can get your fee and move on? Sick. And I got this bond with these victims that I'll never do that to them. It's been bad enough having to agree to the settlements that got forced on us and after that dealing with medical liens. But I'm going to read 2 things. One from a Durrani client. So the other side doesn't understand. They were betting on us caving and folding. And it's never happened. They always say, well, maybe this is going to be there. Maybe this is going to be the year. This is from a Durrani client. Eric, Alexa, Sarah, and the whole Deters team, I just want to thank you from the heart how much fight, passion, and plain bulldogging that you have done and are still dishing out. I really have never experienced this type of passion fight ever in my life dealing with lawyers. Ever! Exclamation point. I just want to say thank you again so much for even giving a crap because most people don't. I wouldn't be here probably if it wasn't for the hope you give me just to receive justice. Like I always say, if there's anything I can do to help in any way, give me a shout, please. Thanks. Deters Law rocks, all capitalized. I love you all. Lots of emojis. Unbelievable. Now, this client just received, after getting all the liens resolved, one of the hospital settlements. And it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, this is an example, and I can give you countless other examples, but here's an example of how the court process treats Deters Law and the Durrani victims. There was supposed to be a hearing back on October the 19th. No, October 29th and 30th. There was going to be a hearing, in-court hearing. We wanted it to be in court The Durrani victims because of COVID. Think about it. I mean, the Durrani defense lawyers wanted it to be in Zoom, conference call. By the way, folks, true story. All these Durrani defense firms, they're working from home remote. Deters Law has been open every single day. Everybody going to the office working. They use COVID as an excuse to delay. And thanks to Mike DeWine and Maureen O'Connor, no trials for a year. So here's what happens. We communicate to the court on November the 2nd, Deters Law does. In light of the Chief Justice directive, we prefer a Zoom hearing to no hearing. That's on November 2nd. No response. No response. It's been a month, and the judge doesn't even have the courtesy to say, okay, we'll have a Zoom hearing. No. They don't even say no. Yes, no, go to hell, forget about it. This is the type of stuff that has gone on for 8 years in February. It's unbelievable. And again, I'm the bad guy for pointing it out. I'm the bad guy for raising hell. I'm the bad guy for saying, do we have to burn down the courthouse to get any attention? I'm the bad guy. What do? They issue an order. By the way, did you see the phone call yesterday? Some of you all didn't catch that. That was supposed to be a joke. It was funny, wasn't it? Those of you that got the joke, me calling Judge Kubicki and asking if before he left office, after the voters banned him from being a judge, to let me back in. I don't care. I thought it was funny. I was shocked that his law clerk was in. Wow, a swap worker actually working. You know what? In the presidential election, in this country, and with what DeWine and Beshear doing, in the Durrani litigation, there's this commonality, folks, where they want you to accept things that don't make sense. They do. And the media, Beshear, DeWine, Biden, the Democrats, the judges, and the Durrani litigation, they want us to accept things that make absolutely no damn sense, and they want you to shut up and be quiet about it too. It's unbelievable. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I'll keep raising hell.